I want you both. I hope that you think that's cool. Say word. I know most guys won't freak together, but she forgot about the golden rule. It's okay when it's in a three-way. It's not gay when it's in a three-way.
Hey, welcome to the House of El. It's episode 3, and I promise you that Lonely Island song has something to do with this. Just stick with me. This week's episode of Supergirl was called Fight or Flight, and it was really the best episode to date. There had a lot of great stuff going on, except for the inevitable love triangle. Okay, so first of all, we have nice guy Winn, who is making Kara an office and making goo-goo eyes at her all the time and getting really, really pissy whenever James walks into the room and says anything to Kara. Then we've got James himself, who, is also making goo-goo eyes at her and having these really deep, intimate moments with her, staring her in the eyes all seductively and cutting in on her dances with Winn because he has to tell her how special she is. And then Lucy Lane shows up and, apparently has some kind of history with James, and all of a sudden Kara's getting all possessive and like, oh no, my chances are ruined even though I've only known this guy for 5 minutes. Okay, this love triangle stuff kind of actually really bothers me for 2 reasons. Okay, it's not that love triangles are inherently bad, but it's just that they're overdone to the point that they're really, really boring. There is an example of a love triangle that was actually done well. One of them is The Hunger Games, Katniss, Peeta, and Gale. I really liked the way that they handled that because, yes, she had feelings for both of them, different feelings for different reasons, and they explored that, but it was all in the context of she might die and she has more important things to think about. It wasn't this like teenage angst kind of Twilight thing going on. That was amazing and it was interesting, and you don't generally see a love triangle do that. And I know right now that technically the love triangle between them isn't really a triangle. She doesn't reciprocate feelings for Winn. She only has feelings for James right now. But they're setting Winn up as a possibility. They're having him do these nice things for her. They're kind of making the audience think that he's a really, really nice guy and that he's deserving of her attention even if she's not getting it. It's episode 3. We don't need to have all of this love drama right away. And I don't care that it's a girl show, and I don't care that it's for a younger audience. Little girls don't need to be seeing a love triangle, and neither do grown-up women. Why couldn't they all just be friends out of the gate and maybe have this stuff happen in later seasons? Why couldn't Winn just be really excited that he's friends with a superhero? He's friends with Supergirl. That should be big enough without him being all goo-goo-eyed over her every time she takes off her glasses. And James really should be thinking about her as a little sister. His best friend sent him to watch over her and take care of her, and now he's kind of creeping on her. Like, that's not what Clark sent him to do. The second reason why the whole love triangle thing kind of bothers me is that it's dependent on monogamy being the be-all and end-all of relationships. You're always forced to make a choice, and it's either this person or that person. And I'm just kind of like, no? There's a third option that TV doesn't really delve into or discuss at all. Never mind that it might make stories that much more interesting. It's called consensual non-monogamy, polyamory, open relationships, whatever you want to call it and however you want to do that. The idea that you can be in a relationship with more than one person. Lots of people do it. It is a thing. It's just not a thing in the mainstream, and it's certainly not a thing in pop culture, at least not often. If you'd like to do some reading on the subject, there are a couple of books I'd love to recommend. Virgin, The Untouched History by Hannah Blank. That book explores the idea of virginity, but also the idea that virginity, the concept of virginity and monogamy are basically all about economics. The second book I'd love to recommend is Sex at Dawn by Christopher Ryan and Casilda Jatha. This book talks about the evolution of monogamy and how it wasn't exactly how we were designed to operate. It's something that we learned over time, and it's something that evolved kind of against our own best interests when you think about it. So those 2 books are great if you want to explore that idea more. Now, I know we're not going to get polyamory and consensual non-monogamy on Supergirl. But then again, I kind of have to wonder why. Usually an answer that would get thrown around is that, oh, well, this is just geared at young girls. We wouldn't want them seeing that. But we have no problem having them watch, a man and a woman in a monogamous relationship make out. We have no problem showing them, heteronormative, monogamous couples all the time. We shove that in their face. It doesn't really make sense. I mean, why would we have to apply Earth values to an alien culture? Why would Kara need to have to choose between Winn or James, whatever? She could have both if she wants to. Or more importantly, she could have neither, because she has world saving to do. Well, that's it for episode 3 of The House of El. In the meantime, if you want some of that Supergirl goodness, you can always read my recaps on Tuesdays. You can listen to Supergirl Radio at supergirlradio.com on Wednesdays. And of course, The House of El, usually on Thursdays. This week it is late, but it will always be on Thursdays most of the time. Till next week, see you next time at The House of El.